So, what's up, everyone? It's me again, Midshipman Christian O. Aguilar, first year BSMT from the section G2A. And this time, I will discuss all of you about the criteria of the damage stability. I will explain to you the basic of damage stability determination in relation to SOLAS, Chapter 2:1, and criteria in damage stability. So, we better start. So, first of all, the basics of damage stability determination in relation to SOLAS, Chapter 2:1, damage stability. Damage stability is the study of the vessel's ability to remain afloat and stable after sustaining damage that causes flooding of one or more watertight compartments. The International Convention for the Safety of Lives at Sea, or SOLAS, Chapter 2:1, establishes a criteria to ensure that the ships have sufficient stability to survive specific damage scenarios. These requirements aim to enhance the safety of ships, their crews, and passengers. So guys, kini dayong damage stability kuno mauni siya ang pag-aaral or study sa kung unsaon paghimo nga bisan na ay leak, guba ang barko or ang vessel or nasudlan na naka ni siya tubig, cause of hole nga na di siya maunlod and mumintin nga mulutaw gihapon ang barko even if na ay damage. Gitakda sa International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea or SOLAS, Chapter 2:1 nga ang mga pamantayan aron masiguro ang sakto nga katagan sa barko or kalikunon para makaluwas sa mga giasahan nga situation sa pagkaguba. So kining mga alituntunin na ingani lakip na sa safety sa barko, mga crew ni ini ug mga pasahero. So mao na siya ang damage stability ug ang SOLAS. So mao din siya guys no, unsay purpose sa damage stability, unsa ka importante kini sa barko. So let's move on to the key principles of damage stability. So key principles of damage stability. So first is the watertight integrity and submissions. So ships are designed with watertight bulkheads and compartments to limit the extent of flooding in case of damage. So kining mga barko kuno gidesign siya na naay mga pader or sa to gitawag na nga compartments no na dili matablan og tubig na mao'y rason nga bisan na masudlan og tubig ang barko is di ni siya madali-dali og capsize. So mao na siya ang una, the submissions of this ship into watertight compartments ensures that the vessels can remain afloat and stable even if certain compartments are breached. So giingon diri, so kining pagtunga-tunga daw sa submissions sa barko gi-ensure nga ang vessels is mo remain og nakalutang or nakalutaw og lig-on bisan nga masudlan og tubig ang ubang parts sa compartments. So 2 is the floodable length. The floodable length is the maximum length of the ship that can be flooded without causing the vessel to sink or to lose stability. So kining floodable length is mao ni siya ang mao ni siya ang pinakataas nga part sa barko na or pinakadako nga part sa barko nga masudlan og tubig. But even if masudlan siya og tubig, di ni dyan may mong rason nga mo capsize ang barko or maunlod. The position of watertight bulkhead is determined based on the floodable length calculations. So ang pagkabutang kuno sa pader or sa mga compartments na dili masudlan og tubig is nakadetermine sa katas-on ni ngani. So mao nay gamit sa floodable length. So stability after damage. The ship must maintain sufficient positive stability or measured by the metracentric height or GM and righting lever GZ after flooding. So dapat ang ship is remain na sakto o positive ang kalig-on, no? Kalig-on nga gi-measured ni siya sa metracentric height og GM or righting lever or GC. GM o righting lever or GC after masudlan og tubig. So last chapter 2.1 criteria for damage stability. So first is applicability. So unsa may mga vessels nga pwede ani or nararapat ani. So first is the damage stability requirements under SOLAS chapter 2.1 apply to passenger ships like for example ferries, cruise ship. So ang mga pasahero no, mga barko, mga pamasahero nga barko like lancha o mga barkong pang turista is apply ni siya ingani sa regulation sa SOLAS. Cargo ships over 8 meters in length. So ang mga cargo ships na higit sa 80 ka metro ang katas-on. So appeal po na siya. Specific additional criteria for tankers and vessels carrying hazardous cargo. So mga barko nga na ay special na patakaran. So ang mga kuan ani is like mga vessels nga naidala nga langis or mga vessels nga na ay mga solid or mga karga nga delikado nga kargamento. So appeal po dyan na. 2 is submissions index passenger ships. The submissions of index measures to the ship's ability to survive damage. So it's calculated based on probabilistic damage stability principles. Considering ani is probability of damage by likelihood of damage occurring in different compartments. So mao na siya. Probability of survival in ship's ability to survive damage to those compartments. So nako na probability nga mo survive ang mga ships bisan og nakadamage ang mga compartment. Weighting factors: numbers of passenger exposed to risk. The vessel must achieve a minimum required index A, which is specific to its type of size. So naaray minimum nga required, no, di kay magpataka ni siya. So 3, extent of damage defines the extent of damage that the ship must withstand, including horizontal extent damage to the hull over a length equal to L20 minimum 30 meters. Vertical extent damage from the baseline up to bulkhead deck. Penetration damage extending inboard by a specific distance, usually B5, where B is the breadth of the vessel. So mao na siya. 4 is damage assumptions. symmetrical and asymmetrical flooding. So stability is assist for both symmetrical and asymmetrical. So ang flooding cases as flooding may be uneven depending on the damage of the location. So magdepende na siya og asa nakalocate ang damage. Permeability assumptions. Different permeabilities are assumed for flooded spaces based on their usage. Like 95% of machinery space, 60% for cargo holds, 85% for passenger space. 5 stability criteria after damage to the vessel must meet specific stability requirements. So, ano ninyo is residual stability or GC. Minimum residual GC of 0.05 meters and an angle of flooding. 2 is range of positive stability. The range of positive stability after flooding must be at least 15 degree. 3 is angle of hell. The hell angle after flooding must not exceed 25 degree, ensuring safety for passengers and crew. So, ang hell of angle flooding must not exceed to 25 degree to ensure that the safety of the front passenger and the crew. So 4 is area under the writing curve. The area under the writing curve must meet prescribed minimum values to ensure adequate stability. So, auto siya. So, next is we move on to damage stability calculation methods. So, first is probabilistic approach. Based on the likelihood of the damage to various compartments and the ship's stability to survive is commonly used for passengers and large cargo ships. So, 2 is deterministic approach. Assume specific worst case damage scenarios and evaluates the ship's stability after flooding. So, common for tankers and smaller cargo ships. So, next is the modern stability software. So, stability software performs rapid calculation for damage stability. So, karon nga modern nga stability software, so mo perform na siya rapid nga calculation for damage stability. So, dali na naman accounting for free surface effects in flooded compartments. As asymmetrical flooding scenarios, structural stresses and residual stability. Critical factors influencing damage stability. So, 1. Free surface effects. Flooded compartments introduce free surface moments, reducing metracentric height, GM, and stability. So, if naaman gali kunoy mga makasulod nga tubig sa vessel, mao ni rason nga mo create og puwersa na mupa ubos sa metracentric height o sa stability sa barko. So 2 is progressive flooding. Openings or failures in watertight boundaries can lead to flooding, spreading to adjacent compartments. So, if naamang kuno yung mga guba, mga pader, or maukon ni makakos na mo spread or mukalat ang tubig sa mga duol or mga katabi na bahagi sa barko. mga kantay na compartments ang katabihan na is mo na mo maka-spread ang tubig nga na. So 3 is the ship's loading condition. Initial loading condition, like for example cargo distribution, ballast significantly influence the vessel's response to flooding. So 4 is design features. Features like double bottoms, longitudinal bulkheads, and flood control arrangement enhance survivability. So kining mga features nga ing-ani maunay makatabang kuno mo makatabang para mas mapadugay ang pagkalubog sa barko in case na naamang gani scenario or maka-encounter man gani sila nga muunlod ang barko. So mo makapadugay. Measure to enhance damage stability. So 1 is the watertight integrity. Regular maintenance of watertight doors, bulkheads, and hatches. So irregular ang pag-adyo or pag-maintain nga i-inspect ang mga doors or mga pader ug mga hole sa barko or sa vessels para dili masudlan kini og tubig. So second is damage control, detailed plans and drills to manage flooding and maintain stability. So ang mga detalye kuno nga plano or mga pag-practice kung unsaon pag-face sa mga mosulod nga tubig ug mapanatili kuno nga mapanatili ang kalig-unon sa barko. So 3 is the baffle plates. Fitting baffles in tanks reduce the free surface effects during flooding. So nakales sa epekto kuno ang free nga tubig sa babaw para kini mukalat. So baffle plates. So 4 is cross-flooding arrangement. So system that balance watertight ingress between compartments to minimize healing. So kini mao ni ang mga sistema kuno nga nagpabalanse sa pagsulod sa tubig sa pagitan sa mga bahagi para makuhaan ang pagtakilit. So mao na siya rason. So lastly is the use of ballast. Adjusting ballast to improve stability during emergency. So ang pagbago kuno or pagbago-bago sa kadaghanon og pwesto sa tubig na pangpaunlod mao na gitawag og ballast para mapasakto ang katagan or sa barko if naa man gani kunoy sakuna. So that would be all. I hope you learn something in my topic. Thank you.